Sonos and Alexa integration. So guys, today I'm going to show you how to properly hook up your Alexa Dot or Echo to your Sonos player. First, I'll go over the equipment that I'm using here. So number one, I've got a 3.5mm to dual RCA output. This is what's going to connect our little Echo Dot here directly to our Sonos player. I obviously have a Sonos player. This could be a Connect plus amp, or I believe the Play 5 also has the audio inputs on here. Today I'm going to be using the Connect plus amp, and this is actually wired to speakers that I have upstairs. And then the last piece here that I have is the Echo remote, or the Alexa remote, whatever you want to call this thing. And the reason I have this is because I have all this equipment in my basement. So in order for me to play something upstairs, I press the button here and I talk to Alexa and it starts playing through the zone that I want it to. So I'm going to show you guys how to do this the proper way. And I say the proper way because there's some settings that you guys are going to do on the actual Sonos player itself to automatically detect that music is playing and play it out that zone appropriately. You know, the other ways people have you do it, you have to still use the Sonos amp, the application, go in and pick zones and do things like that. I'll show you guys the automatic way and the easier way. So the first thing that we need to do is take our cable here and plug in our dot. So I'm going to give it power, plug the 3.5mm in there, and then I'm going to take my red and white RCA cables here, and this is going to obviously go to my Sonos player. So I've got that there, that guy in there, and you know, from most of the integrations that you see on YouTube, everyone says, okay, you're done, stop right there, and now start using Alexa. Well, the problem with this is if I started talking right now, I still have to go into the actual Sonos application itself and tell it, hey, use line in on this amplifier over here and play it out those zones. So you know, we could try that right now. Hey Alexa, play Billy Joel. And it's playing Billy Joel. Problem is, we don't hear anything yet. So in order to fix that, we're going to go in to our Sonos application here, and we're going to say, you know, we got to go pick the zone that we want. We're going to be listening on the deck Sonos player. I got to go to line in. And then I have a line in, and now I can play it. And now you guys should be able to hear a little bit of this play. It might be a little low. So how can we do this a little bit better? Well, let me show you after you have all this hardware and everything hooked up. And I'll post links to this hardware in my description in case you guys are wondering, you know, what is the exact model number of this, which exact cable do I use. I'll post the links for all that. So let's stop this. And I'll show you guys what to do on the actual application inside of the Sonos player to get this working a little bit better and a little bit more cleaner. Alright, so now we're going to go into the iPhone application for Sonos here, and we're going to set this up to work automatically. So as soon as you say, hey Alexa or whatever, it's going to go in and it's going to automatically start playing for you. Even if somebody else was listening to something else on the Sonos application or listening to Pandora or whatever, Alexa will override everything and automatically start playing out of the line in. So in order to do that, what we're going to do on the iPhone application, upper left, hit the three bars, those horizontal bars. You're going to go down to settings. You're going to go down to room settings. And now you're going to select the device that you plugged the 3.5mm to RCA cable into. For me, it was the deck one. And you'll see in here too your line in settings once you go in here. So inside of here, then we have the option for line in. You're going to go ahead and you're going to click line in, and then you're going to say line in source name. You can name it something if you want. Line in source level. So you know, for the Alexa, for the Dot, I figured that you know, this level 8 works pretty well. It's basically kind of the amplifier going into the Sonos and how it outputs it to the speakers. So we're going to set that there, and then we're going to also select here what room we want this to automatically play in. So when I start talking to Alexa and it picks up that there's sound, I want it to start playing on the deck. And you can hear it just kicked in because we had it playing already. So Alexa off. Alexa off. Okay, so now Alexa's off. And we've got our auto settings turned off here. And we could see that it still thinks music is coming through it. And this will actually time out in a second here. And you can see that it actually timed out. In the bottom right, the play button is there because there's no more line in coming to the Sonos amp. So, maybe I'm listening to Pandora radio, and I'm listening to some 90s pop radio or something. Okay? We got the spin doctors going. This is using the normal Sonos player in here. Now maybe I want to try something else. Hey Alexa, play Weezer Blue Album.
Weezer, Blue Album by Weezer.
Now you guys can see Alexa took over everything, automatically connected, and now the Weezer Blue Album is playing out of my speakers. Alexa off. I say Alexa off, and now the music stopped, and as you see here too, the amps will shut off, and you won't even be producing any volume or hissing out of your speakers through this. Okay, so the last thing we need to set up here is, if you notice, when you start talking to Alexa, because it has to go through the Sonos player, there is a little bit of a delay. And the reason for that is when the Sonos detects that there's a input coming into it, it takes a second or so to wake up before it starts talking. So what we want to do is we want to actually kind of prime it a little bit. So as soon as you start talking to Alexa, or if you're using the remote, as soon as you press that button, let's play a quick little sound, and that'll tell the Sonos player to wake up and that there's input coming into it. And I'll show you guys how to do that. So go into the Alexa app, and you're going to go up to the top left here, and we're going to go down to settings. Pick your device that we hooked everything up to. So for me, that's the Echo Dot. And we're going to go to sounds and notifications. And then from here, right under where it says request sounds, play a sound when you say something to Alexa, you're going to want to make sure that you have enabled start of request. And basically what that does is it plays a little ding as soon as you start talking to Alexa, or as soon as you say, hey Alexa, plays a ding, or when you press the button on the remote, plays a ding, tells the Sonos you're going to have input coming into you, tells it to wake up, and then that way when you talk and when you're done talking, the Sonos is already ready to play your answer if you're asking it to do a math problem or tell you the news for a weather update. You don't miss a single word of it. If you don't have this turned on, typically what happened in my experience is you'll miss the first, maybe the second word, but this solved a lot of my problems. If you guys have any questions, please post under the video here, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks a lot.